advise Sifu Robert. He's one of the very famous chicken dough seafood, and we're very happy to invite him to teach us some steak and nice style, because now the world is very not popular. It's very useful for this kind of fighting, and we must take some experience or knowledge of this kind of things. But one thing I want to tell you is, because we learn the Wing Chun style, and then we have our own skill and own structure, but today we're talking about something else. So don't mix up and don't confuse. Just like we play basketball, suddenly we're talking about football, and you say, hey, the football cannot kick like this, and then cannot do like this. You have to control your mind, and then divide to two, and then you can get more in your mind. So don't think Wing Chun, now you are doing other things. So try to accept other people experience. If you too stubborn or confused, I tell you, you can't improve. Now we welcome Sifu Robert to help us. Okay, we give him a.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to come here and train. What I want to talk to you a little bit about is we're going to talk about the weaponry and where it comes from. Basically, the weapon we're going to be talking about today is the Filipino weaponry, the arts of Kali. Kali is an old word. It's a blend of two words, meaning katanawan, which means body, and lihok, which means motion or body motion. They condense the words into Kali, so just for reference, that's where it comes from. Or kamai lehok, which means hand motion. Now, with the different weapons out there in the street, the reason why I think it's good to understand weapons training is because, documented by the police, FBI, DA, a lot of the weapons training or weapons encounters that happen in the street consist of about 75 to 65% of fights deal with either some type of blunt weapon, an edge weapon, or some sort of a makeshift weapon. So I think it's paramount that we understand and realize that weaponry is a major factor in confrontations in the street and in the martial arts for your training. So basically what I'm going to go over here is I'm going to give you guys a matrix, an equation, and so you guys can see how the training is progressed and why we do what we do. First of all, we're going to talk about the single blade as one weapon. It could also be a single stick. It could be a single axe. Traditionally, you have axe. They have different types of long edge weapons. It could be a tire iron. It could be a bottle. It could be anything that you make shift. But we'll talk about one weapon. So we'll put it down like this. We'll put down a single blade. But like I said, it could be a single stick. So it's interchangeable. Second combination we have is a double blade or double stick. So this is the second combination. Who doesn't have sticks? Who doesn't have any sticks with them? Okay, I got some extras, so when we get started, just come up and borrow some from right here. We got extras. Okay. The second combination is what is referred to as Ispati daga, or long and short, which it could be a long blade or a short blade. This is a blade, by the way. Anyway, for illustration, this could be a long and a short blade, a combination of the two. Or it could be a long stick and a short stick. So you have different combinations. I'm just kind of showing you the combinations of what we're going to be dealing with here. So this is called Ispati daga. Last one on the end. I don't have an extra long blade, but it's basically could be two long blades, it could be two blades of equal length, or two sticks of equal length, and that's Sinawala. And that's the other combination. So these are the combinations that you have. You either have a single weapon, or you got employing two hands, you got a long or a short, or you got two of equal length. Other than that, that's pretty much all the combinations you can either come up with. Anything you put in your hand, you can break off 2 car antennas or a bumper. You can use a bumper. There's one other thing you can use that you guys utilize already. It's a Dos Manos, where 2 hands are on, I'll say, a long pole, like this. Where 2 hands are employed like a baseball bat. This is what they refer to as Dos Manos. But you guys are already covering that in your Dragon Tool training. So that's another one. Okay. Now, the way the training is set up, we have what we call self-perfection training, and self-preservation training. Okay, so my question is to you, can anybody help me delineate the difference between self-preservation and self-perfection training? And Ernie, you can't answer this. No idea.
Well, self-preservation would be you're out on the street and somebody attacks you.
Exactly.
And you want to stay alive.
Right, exactly. Your self-preservation, basically, this is the brass tacks. This is what you do in a fight, and what it is what it takes to save your life. And I'll talk about what it is later, and it is defending the snake. So, basically, also this training method, self-preservation, this is the sparring. This is the sparring aspect of it. This is self-preservation. This is when you're up, moving around with your training partner or training partners, depending if it's going 1-on-1, 1-on-2, whatever. The sparring is broken down into 2 categories. And I'll use my words rather. I'll choose them. Soft or hard. Okay. This is hardcore training over here. This is soft. Hardcore in the world of knife fighting or blade fighting means that you would put on, like, say, a motorcycle helmet or any type of protection where you could protect your face, like a fencing mask. You put hand protection on, like hockey gloves or some kind of gloves, shin guards, and basically you go for it. You're putting all the speed and power emphasized in the training into this. This is hard here. It doesn't mean you're going ape shit on somebody, but you're definitely trying to get this shit in. Hardcore training might be, another analogy would be, if you want to do boxing, and you get into a gym with, say, a professional boxer, and you do his curriculum for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and you do it till you want to die. You know, that's hardcore when you train like that. Okay, the other side, now one thing I'll say about this, hardcore consists of maybe 5% of the training. Because if you go any more than that, when it comes to this type of weaponry, you're going to burn out, I guarantee it. So you don't want to, you're not going to sit here and do this. So maybe 1 out of every 20, 25 days, you know, you do your hardcore training. Soft, on the other hand, would be putting a bag glove or a boxing glove on your hand, and you get up and you put a knife in your hand, a training blade, and you spar, and you're trying to cut the hand, you're trying to defang the snake. This is soft, okay, doing that type of training. Hardcore training, like I said, is when you put the helmets on, you're going for the face, you're going for the leg, you're going for the body. Over here, you're working on timing, you're working on footwork, and you're working on distancing. Now, this is going to be split up again. So how we spar with this can be either 2 ways. We can either spar with this matched weaponry or unmatched. Meaning that if I was to get up and move around, say with a single stick, and my partner was to get up and move around with a double blade, we can still spar this way. Or conversely, if I wanted to spar matched, I would go stick against stick, or double stick against double stick, or double knife against double knife. When you start matching weaponry, it brings out different attributes, it brings out different development qualities in you. When you start training unmatched against 2 long blades, against 2 short blades, you have to change your strategy, so this brings out a different type of training paradigm when you're working with your partner. So what we've got so far, self-preservation is our sparring. This is the brass tacks, what it takes. It's broken into 2 parts. You got soft and hard. Hard is when you go in and you go for it. Soft is when you're using more of your attribute training, speed, timing, reflexes. And the weapons are either matched or unmatched. So this is what we got so far. Any questions yet? What we got going on? Anything yet? Okay. Now, let's go for the other side of the house. Self-perfection. This is where we're training. This is the training method that we're using. There's basically two ways of training. One side is feeding, and the other side is attacking. What we call this is numerata. Meaning that one side is feeding or posing a certain energy. They're going slow, they're not attacking. The other side is backing up, cutting, doing their thing with the weapon or the knife. This is called numerata. Okay, so one side is feeding, the other side is attacking. The other type of training is where both sides are flowing. This is called sombrata. That means that both people are countering, both people are going back and forth in the flow. There's also a third one. Actually, there's four. The third one is like numerata, except for one caveat, and that is you cannot move. Numerata, you're allowed to move. You're allowed to use your angles. You're allowed to step out, and you learn to change distance. When you come down to the third one, they call this sarada. It's like numerata, except for sarada, you cannot move. You're basically backed up against the wall. This is the mentality. You got to sit there and work your reflexes. So you're not allowed to angle or switch out distancing. You got to stay in. That's sarada. Like numerata, except the difference is numerata you can move. Sarada you have to stay in. Sombrata, you're going counter for counter. You're flowing. The fourth one is more on your own type of training, and this is what they call Carenza. Carenza is shadow boxing. It can be with a knife, it can be with a stick, it can be with a blade, double blade, it can be empty hands. So this is more solo training right here. However, these are using your partner. So these are the training methods that we use. Okay, we're going to touch on some of these already today. We're going to go through some sombrata, and we're going to go through some other drills and stuff, and drill Sinawali and whatnot. But basically, right here is the big picture of how you train. You can take this formula and you can interchange anything you want. Example, sombrata. In Shizao, where would this fall in? Would it be sarada, sombrata, or numerata? What would Shizao fall into? Sombrata, because you're flowing back and forth. Right? Now, you could change any of this thing. You could put this. You can put this and make this a Wing Chun formula, very simply. You can put your Pak Saos, Jiao Saos, Lop Saos, Quan Saos, anything you want. You can change the training up, self-perfection, self-preservation. You can put your sparring on one side. Are you sparring hard or are you sparring soft? One with equipment, one without. You know? You got matched and unmatched. You can change your leads. You can change your elevation. Self-perfection, you can use different drills. You can use Chi Sao, Lop Sao, Bong Sao drill, any drills you want to put in. You got your forms over here, Carenza, your solo training. You could be working your 3 forms or your dragon pole training. This thing is interchangeable with anything you want to put in. Like, I could do football with this one right here. You know what I'm saying? We could put, God knows what up here. Any art, you can take this formula. You should write this down because you can interchange any training you go into. You look at any style, any kind of technique you're doing, and you can put it into one of these categories here. So this really simplifies the equation of training. This is the training method that you can use in any art. But just so happens we're working off the stick and the blade. So this is what we're going to be doing. So, any questions so far on this? Okay. Does anybody else want to write this down? Because I'm going to erase this off. Does anybody have a towel or a rag or something? Okay, now I'm going to start. Since everybody's got their sticks, and whoever doesn't have their sticks can come up and get a pair. What I'm going to show you is basically the stroking angles of the stick. The stick can travel in 360 degrees. You could go angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, all the way around. You can have so many different angles. You got 360 angles actually. But the stroke, one angle, your forehand coming down on a diagonal this way, down this line right here. So number 1 is a stroke down this way. Number 2 comes off the other side. It's a backhand line and it comes diagonal down this way. Number 3 comes slashing across, horizontal. Number 4 comes horizontal backhand. And number 5 is the thrust. Those are the fade basic strokes we're going to be working with today. So you got number 1 that comes off this side, number 2 here, number 3 here, number 4 here, number 5's in the center. There's also, there's other angles, but for today we're going to work with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All the odd numbers are on the right-hand side, coming from the right to left, and all the even numbers come from left to right. So that's just the basic way. However, if some of y'all, how many of you guys may have Filipino training already? Any type of knife training, blade training? Some systems you'll see number 1, this could be a number 5, this could be a number 6, this could be a 7, this could be a 4, and this could be a 10. I've seen so many number systems, but just to make it simple, all it is a numbering system. Don't get caught up in somebody said this is a 1 or this is a 5. It doesn't matter. Instead of saying, throw a downward angle, diagonal downward, just say throw a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Okay, so these are the basic stroke and angles. However, with the blade, it's the same. If I take the blade and I want to go 1, I slash 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll slash with a 5. Same with the long blade. It's interchangeable. It does not matter. The quality of the motion is what's important. You have an angle 1 that slices down, angle 2 this way, angle 3, angle 4, and an angle 5 that comes straight in. So we have the same with the blade, same with the stick, same with the short blade. So what I want everybody to do is we're going to stand up and start working these angles. So all you need to do is grab a single stick, give yourself some room. Give yourself some space.
Don't hit me.
Yeah. One could be the temple, which is a valid target. It could be the jaw. It could be the shoulder. It could be the collarbone. Okay. So you got the angle 1 that comes down, diagonal down. Number 2 could be the opposite. This is what they call open. When the open side comes open, it comes down. It strokes down. Just to tell you something, there's 2 different types of strokes. One is called a lob tick. Lob tick means to pull through. You pull through with the lob tick. Number 2 is a whip tick. It retracts. So one pulls through like a blade slicing. The other retracts, so it hits and retracts. For right now, we're going to go with the lob tick. So angle 1 is going to come down, slashing diagonal downward. Number 2 is going to come backhand, slashing the opposite way. Number 3, since it comes back this way, we're going to turn and come through the body horizontal. Number 4, horizontal backhand. And number 5 is going to be a straight thrust, straight in. It could be to the body, could be to the chin, could be the eye. The horizontal blow could be to the elbow, it could be the bicep. If the arms are up, you can take the ribs, you can take the hip. If you drop your elevation, you can take the knee. Same with the backhand. You can go knee, you can go rib, you can go hip, arm, elbow, neck. Anywhere you get hit with this stick's going to hurt. I guarantee you that. So what I want you guys to work is just the 5 basic strokes. So you're going to go angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, and angle 5. I want you to work that for about 5-6 minutes. And then we're going to move on from there. So just get yourself some room. Go ahead and work it. Everything we do on the right, we're going to duplicate on the left. So our left hand's going to be in front. So we're going to work the same way. So we're going to stroke down, diagonal. We're going to come back, backhand diagonal. We're going to go with the forehand horizontal, the backhand horizontal, and we're going to come with the thrust. So work the left hand as well. Okay, let's go. Make sure you keep that right hand up on your chest. guys go ahead and partner up. Okay, find yourself a partner. We're gonna go into the single stick. Okay, what you're gonna do with the right lead, meaning the right foot's in front, is you're gonna come through. We're gonna go high, we're gonna go inward, and we're gonna pull through. Okay, that's your first hit. So you wanna hit, you're gonna go backhand low, backhand high. Okay, so your first combination is one, low, high. Notice I switch elevation with this. I'm upright, we bend the knees, we go low, and then we come back up high, just like that. So you wanna make sure your coordination is up, down, and then come up with it, just like that. So we're just going on the stick. Combatively, what this is for is when he strokes the stick, I'm actually smashing the hand. Do it slow. I'm hitting the knuckles. We go low, I hit the knuckles, and I hit the knuckles. There are no like fancy disarms in Kali. This is the secret to Kali. I'll give it to you right now. When you smash the hand, this is the disarm. When the fingers are broken and the hand is broken, it's a physical impossibility for him to hold a weapon. So this is what they call, referred to as the fanging the snake. This is the snake. If this is the blade, this is the fang. If I have a stick or a knife, I cut the head of the snake, I defang it. If I had a blade, it would be the same principle. So when he comes with number one, boom, I cut the knife, or I cut the hand, or I cut the knuckles. So he comes again, I slice the hand. He comes with number two, I slice the hand. Number three, I slice the hand. Number four, I slice the hand. Number five, I slice the hand. So this is what we're working with. But just to show you, just the idea that we're just not clacking sticks for the sake of clacking the stick. But actually, that is a hand smash. This is a hand smash, and this is a hand smash. But for training, for repetition, we're gonna go stick against stick. Stick, low, and high, just like that. One more time, slow. Watch my mechanical. Turn in. I drop low, my hand is up, and my hand still stays up, and we retract. So the first one is what? What is this? Lob tick. Pulls through. Second one, whip tick and pulls back. Pulls back. Okay, let's do it. Except I want you to employ a little bit of footwork, okay? So far, we're pretty much standard. 1, 2, 3. Now what I want you guys to do is walk a little bit. Circle right, circle left. So we'll start right. So we'll come 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we can also reverse the footwork. We can go right. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This way we make it more alive instead of being static. But I just want you to get the fundamentals right now. So if you guys give yourself some more space, you can go left to right. Now this footwork doesn't have to be left to right. It can be front and back. If you guys want to work front and back, so Ernie comes with 1, 2, 3, and then I would come in 1, 2, 3. Okay? So we can go front and back, left, right, right or left.
On the front and back, you have to step on the second hit, right? The first one is better than go front.
It can be. It can be. See, if he steps in, I step 1, 2, and then I step 1, 2, 3. I can step in or I can stay right there, depending on how far he is from me. If he's far away, I'm gonna have to step. I step 1, 2, and he comes back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, play with it. You'll feel this on your own.
Right back.
Okay. Just get the body mechanics. So we're gonna go with the left hand, so left foot's in front. So just like we started, we're gonna go inward with the forehand. We're gonna drop backhand, backhand, and we start over again. Forehand, backhand, backhand. The quality of the motion is more important than how you're banging with the stick. So what I mean by that is you're turning in, you're dropping elevation, and you're getting back on the backhand. So one more time, you're turning in, backhand, backhand. Okay, left hand. And then when I tell you to switch, we're gonna work on footwork with the left side. Okay, let's go left hand, left. Right, just simply you're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you want to reverse it, we'll go the other way. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Or we can go front and back, just like we did before. It's the same. We'll work with the left hand, okay? Move around a little bit, make it alive. Okay, let's go. As your idea about the ranges, there's basically 3 ranges when it comes to the weaponry. And what dictates distance is the range, okay? Very important you guys remember that. What dictates distance is range. So the first range we're dealing with right now is called long range or largo mano, meaning that when he strokes the stick at me, he cannot hit my head, but I can hit his hand. A lot of times, stick fights, knife fights, club fights, whatever, it's like he tries to bash me in the head, bam, and I bash him in the head, and it goes back and forth, and it becomes a ship fight. And that's not what you want to do. When this stick comes, you got to know distance, meaning when I say distance, you got to know that stick, when it comes out, you back up and you smash the hand. When that number 2 comes up, you back up and you smash the hand. If I was to stay here, I could possibly get hit with this hand. So what I want to do, the first drills we were doing was a largo mano, where we go high, low, and high. It's the very basic way we train them. But just to show you distance, this is largo mano, meaning that the stick cannot hit my head, but I can hit the hand. Okay? Same with him. I can't hit his head, but he can hit my hand. So if he knows range and he knows what to do with that stick, he can effectively disarm me very, very quickly. Now, the second range we're going to go into is the middle range. That means we're going to break in a little bit tighter. So when he throws angle 1, I can monitor the hand. That's still a hand smash, but I can monitor the hand. This is where all the disarms occur and such, like this. So what happens when we break in, if I happen to step into something, I hit and I check. This is the monitor. The reason why I check is because if I miscalculate and I miss, I'm still going to get banged with the stick. So we have the woo sour, the backup hand. So I hit and I check here. Then I can come back with a hit, or I can go into a disarm, or whatever comes out of this. We can go into the stripping of the sticks and stuff like that. So this is the second range. This is where the checking hand is employed, here. Okay. The third range is if we break in, number 1, we break in to the puño range. This is where I can come in close quarter. This is where the puño can be used. This is where the knees can be employed. This is where the headbutt can be employed. We can do all kinds of stuff with elbows here. We can go into disarms as well. So we have 3 ranges. The first we're dealing with is largo mano. Once again, if I hit the hand, I hit the hand. Okay. Second range, I come in, I monitor the hand. Third range, as I come in close quarter, I can use the butt of the stick here. Okay, I can strip, I can take down here, I can hook, I can knee, I can take to a takedown all the way down if I want to. I can go into choking if I want to go into choking. Now what we're going to do is we're going to employ the second stick. So what I need you guys to do is pick up 2 sticks.
A question for you. The reason you can hit his hand when he's trying to hit your head is because he's going for a farther target than you are, right?
Yes. See, the thing about this is that you understand, this is teaching you how to understand range. If there is a key in this art, or a secret, this is what it is the fact that you know how to defang the snake, and that you know that you can hit his hand, he cannot hit your head. And this goes same with the knife. If, say, we choke it up, and this was a blade, and a lot of people go for the head, I would step back and cut his hand still. So you got to have the body mechanics and the sensitivity of timing to know to step and cut the hand. When the hand gets cut, it doesn't matter what drug you're on, doesn't matter what kind of adrenaline you got, it's a physical impossibility when the tendons are flopping around like this to physically hold anything. So, in lieu of that knife, it could be a stick, it could be a pipe, it could be anything, any type of heavy weapon. You hit him in the hand, it's not going to be able to hold it. So you defang the snake, you defang this.
My question is that our primary target is the head of the snake. His head of the
Your
snake.
primary target is the hand.
Right.
Whatever the weapon holds. If, for example, come up just for a second. If he hits 1 and I take out the first one, I'm going to be worried about that second one. So I'm going to take the second primary target. So I go 1, and I take the second one as well. Because this one is usually going to be coming after me too. He has 2 sticks. Okay. So my primary target is the hand. I'm always going to smash the hand on the first shot. That's our primary thing. The first motion, you want to take the hand. If it was the blade, you cut the hand. If it was empty hands, and he throws a punch, I pop the nerve right here, or I can take it on the elbow. So he throws a punch again, boom, I come in and do my thing. I can knee or whatever. So It's the same concept. But now we're using the weapons. So he comes in, I smash the hand. Smash the hand. Okay, let's grab our double stick. Cob is an open movement, so you're going to start open. They're going to go 3 levels. They're going to be with tip motions. So we're going to start right to right. So he's open, he goes right retract, left retract. Tip down, go middle, retract, retract, and go low. 1, 2. Notice I'm pivoting. Notice my body mechanics. This is where we're going to work. 1, 2, 3. Start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want this turning motion. This is very important. Combatively, if he throws at angle 1, boom, I hit. If I take that one out, that number 1, 2, come back, boom, I hit the hand as well. So there is an application. But this drill is mostly for coordination and for body mechanics. Turning your body for your punches or kick. So number 1, I hit retract, We go tip down, low, back up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Question?
Yes.
Sometimes I see you keep your elbows fully in.
You want to keep
Sometimes
the elbows
out.
in. I'll tell you why you keep the elbows in. Good question. The reason for that, if I don't keep my elbows in, it's all arm motion. Watch. Arm, arm, arm. Look at my waist. I'm doing nothing. My waist is not even being engaged. It's all arm. So keep your arms a little stiff because this is where you're going to turn. You want to turn into your stroke. You turn into the stroke. You turn into the stroke. You turn. Your knee turns in. Your knee turns in. Okay? We want that body mechanic. So yes, you are going to keep your elbows in a little bit and just turn your body. You're going to pivot on the balls of your feet. Okay? You're going to twist. Okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, now we're going to switch the footwork. Now that we got the body torque, we're going in. We're going in. Turn in. Turn in. Turn in. Turn in. Now we're going to shift the feet. So now my back foot's going to come back. When I get 1, I'm going to shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you just shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that.
Do they go back or do they go to the side?
This is the reason for the body movement is sometimes angulation gets 1, I step back. I want to be back. I can move my leg back because sometimes if I want to do something, if it goes low, I can move my foot out of the way. So if it goes 1, he comes low, I can switch out and I can come back and I can follow here. Right hip thrust. Back again. What you want to do is you want to shuffle your feet because you're learning body transition. You're learning body mechanics and you learn how to shift your weight. Low, low, low. Okay? It's really to split your balance, to free your weight distribution. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The other way, you learn to torque 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any other questions? Okay. So let's just do it real slow one more time. So the right foot, usually when the right hand goes out, this comes back. And then we switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? All right. You guys are moving. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is almost the same. This is called a bicidario. Now we're going to do another move. We're going to add on to this movement. So first we start out when we use the same foot where you just work. So we're going to go inward and then go with the backhand. We go inward, go with the backhand. Inward, go with the backhand. Inward, go with the backhand or low. Backhand, backhand, and go back up. So first we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to add a second stroke. So as we come through, the natural motion would be to come back. Combative wise, if we was to hit with this number 1 here, boom, I'll come right back here to the other side. Okay. So all this is doing is teaching us coordination. So we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we go middle, tip down, and then we bend our knees. We really want to accentuate this movement here and backhand. Okay. So we're just going to go 1 and then backhand, forehand, backhand.
These are the ones you step back with, right?
Yes, same footwork we did before. We're just adding on the stroke. The footwork is still the same. Watch. So I go one, I step back, and I hit backhand. This is the motion we just finished here. Now you're gonna add a backhand to it, and then we switch the feet. Forehand, backhand. We go forehand, finish with the backhand. You hit with the forehand, you come with the backhand, you get low. Forehand, backhand, and forehand, backhand. Okay. All right. Yes, me. You go wide with the strokes like this. No, you don't want it. You want to keep everything in tight. You let your body turn. You follow through. You follow through. Okay, if you went low, 1, 2, and then get down low. 1, 2. You want to keep it low. And you want to keep it tight. So you follow through, like slashing with the blade. Think of it as a blade. You're slashing. Slash, 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 slash. Okay? Now open this way. The close means that you can close two different ways. You can have one arm under, this is closed, or one on top, this is also closed. So you have open, either single or double open. You got on top closed, underneath closed, right side, or you got left side closed, or you got crossed. Okay. Right now, we're gonna go with closed underneath. We're gonna go with 4 count. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna go with the forehand shot, and then you're gonna come with the backhand shot, and you're gonna rechamber. And you're gonna go left, right, all top, and then rechamber. 1, 2, rechamber. 1, 2, rechamber. 1, 2, rechamber. Left, 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 left. 1, 2, rechamber. So slowly again. So you go right hand, bring it across. Bring this over, and this rechambers. Now you're gonna come left, over the top, and you go this way. This is called the 4 count. Once again, close 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's gonna be a little funny in the beginning, but that's okay. I'll help you guys out. Okay, let's go. 6 count is, it's like the 4 count, except there's gonna be 3 counts on the right side and 3 counts on the left side. So we're gonna start with the close side. So just like before, you're gonna go inward, over the shoulder, hit, arm the stick, and retract the hand and put an arm it right here. 3 counts. Then we're gonna come off the left side. We're gonna go 1, over the shoulder, retract on the chest, hit under the armpit. Okay, so we went all through 6 motions. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is what we refer to as heaven 6. Reason being is the points are going up. Okay, heaven 6. There's heaven and earth 6, which goes, 1 goes up to heaven, 2 goes down to earth. You come back and you go high, low, high. You got earth 6, all low. So right hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So we work both elevations, high, high, medium, and we can also reverse this low to high or all low. So right now we're gonna go all high. So the tips are up. Just remember, the tips stay up and they don't point down. So you go right, just remember, over the shoulder. This one comes through on the chest, this point right here. This one hits and it retracts. This is a whip tick. It comes underneath the armpit. And then we're armed on the left side, so we're both on the left side. Now the left hand starts the motion. Hit over the shoulder. 2 hits on the chest. And then 3 hits and retracts under this arm. That one. Huh? My bad, my side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And then when you start flowing, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we can enter with all kinds of stuff. This is just the shell. We can get very, very hardcore with this. We can go into kicking, punching, trapping, grappling. We can do all kinds of stuff with this. But basically, what I want you guys to do is look at the body mechanic. Twist, 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 twist. Repetition. This is the key. Okay, guys. This works. Remember, if you're getting very frustrated, don't feel bad because that's what it's all about. When you're learning coordination, your body naturally doesn't want to go with it. So that's why you feel confused and freeze in the hands. So whenever you're doing something for coordination, your body's already used to it, then you need to step it up and move it up, ante it up to make it harder. Every time you make it more difficult, the more coordination you learn. So right now, some of this is going to be a little difficult, but that's okay because you learn coordination, so you're only going to get better. Plus you're working both sides. You're working the right side and left side of your body. Meaning, once again, we're talking about collar, body motion, hand motion. That's what it's all about. Unifying the upper and lower half. So I wrote up on the board the 3 drills. We had more than this, but I just want to go through this so you guys can flow. And that's the idea, is be able to flow and transition. All right? These are not the only drills, but for today, this is what we're going to work. So it's very simple. So we're going to start with open 6 count, which we did before the abecedario, where the hands are open. So we go high, backhand. High, backhand, middle, backhand, middle, backhand, low, backhand, low, backhand. Then we're going to chamber. I want to go into the open 4 count. So it goes 1, 2, rechamber. Left. And then right. Rechamber. Open 4 count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to the 6 count. What's having 6, which you just had to finish up. So go 1 over the shoulder, 2 on the chest, 3 underneath. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to work it on one flow. We're going to go through one cycle. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Chamber. Now we're going to open 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back to the 1 and 2. Okay? So we're gonna flow. All 3 drills. Put them all together. Yes, sir. Looks good. You guys are transitioning good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do another flow drill. We're gonna go from drill to drill. There's gonna be 3 of them. The first one you already did. It's called having 6. We go 1 over the shoulder, 2 on the chest, 3 under the armpit, 4, 5, 6. Now we're gonna go heaven and earth. So the first one comes out over. Second one hits low. It still comes on the chest. The third one hits high. As you come back over, high, low on the chest, high. The third drill is all low. So you're gonna come low, over the shoulder, 2 on the chest, 3 low, retracting the armpit. It's the same motion, but you're going low, low, low. Then we go back up to the high line. All high. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High, low. High, low, high, low, low, and all low. Low, 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 and low, high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay? One more time, slow. Over the shoulder. Just say this to yourself. Over the shoulder, on the chest, under the armpit. Over the shoulder, on the chest, under the armpit. And then we go high, low, high. High, low, high, high, low, high, and then all low. So we're going to come low. 1 over the shoulder. 2 stays on the chest. 3 under the armpit. Same way. And we go low, high, and low. So we're going to work all high, low, high, and all low. Okay, we have self-preservation, self-perfection. Okay? What we just did is we're working over here on self-perfection. Okay? We're doing drills. Now, drills is not going to make a fight out of you. It's not going to make you functional. But if all you do is spar hardcore all the time, you're never going to refine your technique. If you think of a boxer, if a boxer, all he does is go into the gym and spar, and he never trains, he never gets with his coach, he never works on the focus mitts, he never works on the timing back, he never works his slipping, he never works his shadow boxing. He's going to become, if you guys ever seen those tough man contests on TV where they do like boxing style punches, but they're real wide, they're real sloppy, and they just sit there and it's almost sickening to watch. However, they have a lot of intestinal fortitude. They got heart. what you need. There's certain things that sparring brings out in you. You need that. You need the adrenaline gun. You need to control your emotions. When you're in front of somebody, another man or 2 or 3 people, emotions start to take over. Things go off in your head. The adrenaline jump starts. Blood goes to the big parts of your body. The dexterity that you used to have in your fingers, you don't have no more because you're tight. Your heart's going like this. So there is elements in sparring, which we're going to get to today. Later on this afternoon, we're all going to spar a little bit with the stick and the knife, just so you guys can feel it and move around, make it alive. Like I said, the drills are not going to make a fight out of you, but it teach you, it's a baseline to teach you body coordination, which you guys are learning today. You're learning how to flow with the stick. When you first did this, it becomes very unorganized in your mind. You don't know what's going on. Anytime you do something new, it's, that's what happens to your body. You learn your coordination. So what we need is we need both sides of the fence. We need to have our self-perfection drills where we work things like numerata, sobrata, carenza, things that we're doing with the Sinawali drills. And we also need to spar. Because if you don't spar, you don't know how to flow. You don't know how to transition when you need to transition. If you get stuck over here too much, you're never going to pull it out. However, if you're over here too much, you're never going to be refined with your movement. You're not going to have that crisp, nice, tight movement, which is responsible for taking somebody out of commission or to make your technique good. So we need both sides of the fence. And so later on this afternoon, when we get up on our toes, we're going to move around, break a sweat, and we're going to spar a little bit. Okay. So with that said, that pretty much is what we're going to do for this afternoon. We're going to go into some sensitivity drills after lunch. Since our food's going to be digesting a bit, we're going to go into some sensitivity stuff with the stick and the knife. And we're going to go into the sparring at the end. So is there any questions up so far? Anything that we've covered that you guys want to talk about? Or any questions of anything? I don't care. Kali, Jikindo, doesn't matter. Any questions? No questions? All right. How's it feel to you so far? Kind of confusing? A little bit?
Yeah. Do you guys have any drills with thrust? Not just
Oh, yeah.
you have with thrust?
Oh, yeah, there's drills as well. Yeah. Absolutely. We're going to get into a little bit of that probably this afternoon because that is a part of the blade. Now, if you notice the blade, if you put the blade in your hand, as opposed to the stick, you're going to slice. And this is the motion. The blade helps the stick when you thrust here. Now, if I use the same motion with the blade, with the stick, my stick flows as well. So I'm thinking about flowing with the stick, but I'm using the blade movement. Okay? So you learn to get very precise with the hands. See, in the Filipino martial arts, they teach the weaponry first. The logic being it's better to, like I said earlier, to hit somebody with a weapon in combat than it is to use your empty hand. But what happens with that is because you're using your weapon so much, your hands become very adept. So when you get to the empty hand portion of the training, your hands are already coordinated. And plus you got the speed. Because when this stick is flying at 120 miles an hour, you got to react to the speed of that stick. No one's going to throw a punch that fast, but the stick can travel, so your reaction time is going to be quick. When they have a blade coming at your face, slashing at you, it's going to be a whole different thing. So, anyway, this is basically what we've mostly been over here on self-perfection, but we're going to head over here to self-preservation later on this afternoon. So if there's no questions, I guess we go ahead and break for lunch, and we'll be back here at 1:30. Any questions before we take off? Okay. All right, guys, let's break for lunch, then we come back and we'll kick it up again. Now we're going to start bending into the self-perfection again. And we're going to go into sombrata. And sombrata basically means counter for counter to flow. So, first off, we're going to